Chapter 10, My Walk with the Messiah, with the Mind to Follow. Let's take a walk. We came up in a household with a single mom raising two boys in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, affectionately known as the DMV today. My mother, Miss Betty Jean Lee, got us out of the city at an early age. We spent a lot of time growing up in Suitland, Maryland. My mom worked real hard. In fact, most of her time was spent at work, church, and adding to her skill set to bring in more cash to feed her family. She would drag me and my brother along with her to church seemingly every day. I'm exaggerating, but you know how it goes. Choir rehearsals, Bible study, Super Salad Sunday, the church picnic, etc. It was always something going on at church. Needless to say, at a certain point, Miss Betty got tired of wrestling with us every time she had to go to church. And this is where the exploration process begins. Remember my little cousin introduced us to marijuana when he was 9 years old? After Mo snuck weed from his pops and introduced it to me and my brother, this started a journey that we had no idea what was ahead of us. We didn't know what we were doing until one day Lil Daryl came over. Lil Daryl moved to the neighborhood from Northeast D.C. He practically lived around the corner from a drug strip before his mom moved to our neighborhood. So when he came over and saw what we were doing, he said, nope, y'all doing it wrong. We were rolling up weed with toilet paper. Picture that, Lil Daryl said, you need to get top papers. He left and came back with some tops. He sat at the table and began to teach. He was only 12 years old, mind you. He started picking the seeds out and said, these seeds have to be taken out because they'll start popping and making the joint go out. And you will have to keep lighting it out. Picture a 12-year-old sticking the papers together, spreading the weed out in it, and rolling up the joint like a professional. Then he wanted to see us light the joint. My brother lit the joint and Lil Daryl said, nope, you have to pull on it. He took it out of my brother's hand, pulled on it, choked, and while still holding in the smoke, he said, that's how you hit the joint. So even though we had been smoking marijuana, we were not getting high until the master teacher, Lil Daryl, came and taught the lesson. Our world was changing fast. There's so much that took place throughout the years as teenagers that this writing will not cover. But it starts when Mo, 9 years old, and myself, 10 years old, my brother, who was 11 years old, and little Daryl, who was 12 years old, got together. It didn't stop there. I'm going to jump to when I was 19 years old.